Hi everyone. Today I'm going to deliver a message to you that I've never delivered before, but I truly feel this is the most important message I've ever brought to you. It's going to dramatically impact not only your life, but the life of every single human being in your life that you love. This is not only for business owners, this is for anyone that is listening to this message that has assets of more than $50,000. That includes a home, cars, savings accounts, checking accounts. If you are worth $50,000 or more, you have to listen to what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to share 5 things I've learned that have dramatically impacted my life and will impact your life. Number 1, it is very important for you to control everything you have, but to own nothing. So if you're sitting out there and if your name is on your business, if your name is on your car, if your name is on your home, I'm telling you that is not necessarily the best way to have things set up. Number 2, something I've learned, I used to feel that trusts were for only the wealthy, for Donald Trump, for Oprah Winfrey. And what I've come to learn, basically through a very sad situation in my life, most of you know my mother recently died, and what I've come to learn is every single person out there that has more than $50,000 in assets needs to have a trust. Now, some of you may be sitting there not even having a will. Let me tell you the third thing I've learned. If you don't have a will, do you know you have a will? And it's written by the state you live in. And so if you're really fond of government and you trust them to write your will, then maybe that's not something to concern yourself with. But truly, if you don't have a will, the state you live in will write your will for you, and you can only imagine what they would do with the assets, no matter how large or small they may be. Another thing I've realized is no matter how much you leave to your family, if you don't have a will, you don't have a trust, your assets can end up in probate. And you might think, well, that's only for the wealthy again. It's interesting, if a really wealthy person ends up in probate, their assets, their estate ends up in probate, they stand to lose maybe 5 or 10% of their total estate because of the level of their wealth. Do you realize if you don't have a lot of assets, if you haven't accumulated wealth, you could lose, and your family members could lose up to 100% of what you've built. And I want you to think about that for just a moment. You know, I've gone through this recently with my mother's estate. It was amazing to me how the minute I started making phone calls, the first thing they told me to do was to call a real estate attorney, a probate attorney, and it wasn't like my mother had accumulated this massive estate. And if it wasn't for the advice of Steve and Ellen, who I'm bringing to you today, we probably would have lost every single thing my mother was trying to leave to us. The 5th thing I've learned is I think it's the greatest act of love that you can do to sit down and get a trust done. Write those papers, take the time, because what you're doing is you're helping your family members through probably the most difficult time of their life. Now, you're going to see below on this site that they're asking for your name and email address, and I've partnered up with Steve and Ellen. I brought Stephen to you once in a teleconference. Steve and Ellen is the top trust attorney in the country. You know, people come to him from all over the country, and he lives in Arizona. And some of you might say, Barbara, I live in New York, I live in Chicago. Well, I live in Indiana, and Steve did my trust. And it's interesting, recently, Steve has not only done my trust, but he's doing a trust for every member of my family, my brother, my children, everyone, because now I realize the importance of protecting the people you love. Put your name down below and your email address, and in return, Stephen is going to give you information that will impact you and those you love more than anything else you could possibly do. In addition, Steve has added some videos that is really going to give you education, not only on living trust, but also some of the greatest mistakes, critical mistakes business owners make, if there's business owners watching this. And again, if you're not a business owner, don't think I'm not talking to you, because I am. In fact, I'm talking to you even more than I am the business owners. If you have more than $50,000 in assets, you owe it to yourself right now to put down your name, put down your email address, click below, and listen to everything that Steve and Ellen has to share with you. I'm bringing you the best, and I wish all of you the best. Thank you.